Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for the final episode of Season 5, Lian you.
So, everyone's dead?
Talk about a cliffhanger. Literally any character, other than Oliver, has the potential to be dead next season. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I know some of them survive. But do you know every person who survives?
Pretty sure I do. Actually, I think I know somebody who's destined to die.
You'll have to find out next season, but what a cliffhanger. And to be fair, okay, you're right. There's a few, even if you hadn't seen the future, there's a few in there who feel like they're probably obvious, like Felicity and Diggle. But anyone else, honestly, is fair game in my mind.
Oh, you know what? Evelyn was still in a cage.
That's a good point. Evelyn was still in a cage.
She couldn't have gotten to safety. The others, they could have maybe found somewhere safe, but...
We'll have to see what happens next episode with that cliffhanger, but... Holy crap, what a finale!
Okay, but Oliver's an idiot. Okay, right, he shot him in the leg. Then what you gotta do is whack him in the head to knock him unconscious. Instead, he left him sitting right there and he put the gun on himself and then boom.
Well, you know that, Oliver's an idiot, but the point still stands. What I love the fact that the episode literally opens with the same narration as the pilot. I love those parallels. We've come full circle. So I think we're going to talk about the flashbacks before we get to the main story.
Okay.
The flashbacks are over. We saw it. He gets free. We see some amazing fight scenes. He defeats Kovar. His body gets burnt just as it says it was in the pilot. Everything is coming full circle. He wears a wig. And then we get to see what happens when he gets on the boat and calls his mother. Which is interesting because that's a scene beyond the flashbacks. It's a scene which could have aired in the pilot but didn't. Because the pilot begins with that scene of him being found. Then it cuts to him in Star City.
Yeah, and then he'll probably go to a bathroom and say, okay guys, I'm going to shave, and then just take stuff off.
Well, I'm sure they'll get a chance. We don't know. That's a good point. We don't know, like, he must have had a chance to shave himself before immediately being taken to a hospital. He still would have been taken to a hospital, but yeah. But that's, obviously at some point he would have had to quote-unquote shave. Because, yeah, I mean, the first time you see him in the hospital, he is perfectly shaven.
Yeah.
So, obviously, yeah. But, yeah. Honestly, between this and the last episode wrapping up the flashbacks, like I said, you can be hit and miss on the Russia stuff, but I absolutely love these last two episodes with the flashbacks.
Yeah.
These were great, perfect ending to the flashbacks. It's come full circle.
Yeah.
The flashbacks are over. You've finally seen every flashback there is.
Yep.
And it's nice to finally be done. That being said, Slade Wilson is here.
Yeah. He was helpful.
He
had us tricked for a moment.
I love that twice he does a double take. And the first one, I was wondering if you would predict it. And I'm so glad you did.
He taught us
I know.
about jamming a gun in your face.
He says to somebody, jam this gun in your face. And what do you do when somebody jams a gun in your face? I'm so glad you caught that. Because honestly, sometimes people don't catch that. So many people are like, oh, Slade, why do you keep betraying him? No, it was a perfect setup.
And the second one, yeah, for a moment I thought, oh crap. But then I was like, no, he's getting them to take Oliver to them.
Yeah, you said that. All you said was, oh, they just brought him there. And remember, the last episode, Curtis made something that can protect Dinah from dampeners.
Yep.
So there you go.
Thank God for that.
And
we did have a scream fight, like I said.
We got to have a canary fight and a Nissa fight. Oh,
and Quentin whacked Laurel.
I know. I like it. Oh, we got to have a canary fight. Black Siren and Dinah, two of my favorite canaries fighting each other. Beautiful. And we got to see Nissa and Talia fighting each other. Oh, man. And we got the death of Malcolm.
Oh, yeah.
We got after being the villain of Season 1 and a recurring character through several seasons, including Legends just recently, that is the end of Malcolm Merlin.
Spoilers?
No, well, he was dead. He blew up.
All right, fine.
He blew up.
I was waiting for him to be like,
I know.
no, I'm fine.
I can understand that. I was like, well, yeah, I saw that. And I don't blame you, especially somebody like Malcolm. But A, he got blown up. B,
He got blown up again.
yeah, he got blown up again. And that's a good point. What about Captain Boomerang? He betrayed very quickly. Is he still alive? There's so many questions.
I don't know. He could have got blown up. I don't know.
That's just like I said. I know there's a few
I'm not sure where he went, so...
I don't think we saw him. Actually, you know what? I think he got blown up with Malcolm.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
He got blown up with Malcolm. Yeah.
But yeah, Evelyn's definitely in a cage.
Evelyn was in a cage the last time. Olive's like, I'll come back for you. But yeah.
Well, at the time, he didn't know about the explosives.
Yeah. And you got to think about this. You've got to think, although it's odd, you might not think of it. Dinah and Renee are not listed as main characters through season 5.
Oh, yeah.
The only people listed as main characters are Diggle, Felicity, anyone's fair game, honestly. And I know you know a few people who probably survive, but that's the beautiful part, is like anyone you don't know survives. I can't wait to see when you figure out if they are or not dead.
I'm pretty sure I know one person who I'm guessing dies here, because I know somebody who's there is destined to die.
Yeah, and you're probably thinking maybe this is it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is probably it.
And like I said before, I said it last episode, but I love the fury of Oliver. I love whenever he just yells, "Where's my son?" God, I love that. It's beautiful.
The question is, if my theory about who dies is right, it makes me wonder, like, how do they get split up in a way that some are safe and somebody's not?
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the explosives were all around the island, but it's not like literally every single square inch of the island was covered in explosives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. But still, that's a lot of explosives. The island's going to have a terrible time with that. The poor nature. And, I guess there goes the graves of Shadow, Tiana, Yao Fei, and Oliver's father.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, that is quite easily my favorite Arrow finale, and honestly probably my favorite Arrowverse finale.
Yeah.
It's got
I
so...
can see why you like it. It's
You know
pretty
me.
good.
You know me. I love team-ups. I love villain team-ups. I love villains teaming up with heroes. I love all these characters. It's not like they brought back characters. You know, some people are like, oh, there's so many characters. But it's not like there's so many annoying characters. They're all characters you love. Everyone loves Nyssa, Talia, Slade, Malcolm. You love them all. I mean, okay, I do. I'm sure some of them are like,
All right. 9.5.
10 out of 10, and you knew I was going to say it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. But yeah, there was so much. What a great cliffhanger. There was so much to this episode. There was never a dull moment. Everything was either... I suppose the only quiet moment is when we actually take a very quick pause for that nice scene when Oliver calls his mother. But in the present, there's no quiet scenes.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so you get so many good stuff, whether it's Malcolm's death and how that affects Thea, Canary fighting...
Okay,
Nyssa
but
and-
if William was on the boat all along, like, before Adrian got on the boat... Wouldn't it have been cool if William was smart and he, like, drove the boat?
Maybe somebody was with him? I don't know.
Maybe?
So I'm sure somebody had William there until Adrian got to the boat.
Maybe.
Adrian was already on the boat when Oliver arrived. Maybe somebody quickly got off the boat. Don't know. Or maybe he was tied up.
Maybe.
He was probably tied up and then Adrian let him free.
Yeah.
But yeah, William is safe.
Yeah.
Safe after being kidnapped from a second villain in a row. But yeah, so many good scenes. What a beautiful season. Like, I know there were a few dull moments here and there, but like I said, this season, I actually will say season 5 might now be my new favorite. After another rewatch, I think it takes over from season 2.
Okay.
I think it might just take over from season 2.
Yeah, I see why you like it. It's pretty good.
It was great. I mean, there's not a dull moment. There's not a bad moment in this episode. I mean, and even the season as a whole, there's not many bad moments. And there's very few episodes which were bad or dull or slow or boring.
Yeah.
And like I said, this season gave us Dinah and Renee and Black Siren and so many other things.
Yeah.
Any last words on this episode of this season?
It was fun and all.
It was. Anything you want to say on who on the cliffhanger and what you think's going to happen, or do you want to keep it quiet because you know some things?
I know things that I shouldn't at this point, so, like, I'm pretty sure I know at least one person who's dead.
I suppose the only other thing is Oliver did say he wants to find Slade's son too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll have to see what happens with all of them. We are done with Season 5, the best season of Arrow, in my view, and in many other people's view. Next up, Season 6. Some people love it, some people hate it. We'll have to see how I feel.
We'll see.
Any thoughts going into Season 6 other than the cliffhanger, or are you just happy to go for it?
Well, as for the cliffhanger, which, like I said, I know somebody who's probably dead. I'm pretty sure it's just, like, one person who... Well, I'm guessing Evelyn died in the cage, and there's one person who I know is destined to die. Other than that, I think pretty much everyone else is probably survived.
We'll have to see. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, and if they can't get that plane working, well, we got a boat, so let's all get on the boat.
They said there's an Argus supply ship on the other end of the island.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to run there, and then Adrian blew the place up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, what about that Argus guy that said I'm not leaving my post?
Sucks to be that guy. Whatever happened to him? Or the Argus prison. Thank God nobody else was there.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about him. I'm sure the writers did too. I'll say this, we never find out if he lives or dies. Yeah.
Oh, let me guess, he somehow manages to survive and stays here for 5 years.
Alright. Are we ready?
I guess. I mean, I can't really predict much for next season other than, like, the first episode would need to wrap up cliffhangers and stuff. But then, other than the first episode doing that, I don't know, like, any of the main, like, villain
You're
or
right.
anything.
This is fun. You don't know the villain of next season or anything.
I don't think so. Whereas for this season, I'd heard the name Prometheus.
And Adrian Chase. So once you saw them, you knew to connect the dots.
Yeah. I just knew it's just one of those names that I remembered. So as soon as I heard the name Prometheus, I was like, oh, Adrian Chase. I know that name.
Yeah.
Whereas from this point on, I know nothing.
Do you even have any villain names in your head?
I can't even think of any Arrow villains.
This is fun then. I mean, you were already fairly blind, but now you're really blind and this is fun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the only thing I'm not blind on is, like I said, I know somebody is destined to die, and I think they might have died here.
That's true. You don't know plots, but you know a few things of, like, okay, you know certain characters have to still be alive, and you know certain characters may or may not be alive.
Good point, because I have seen the next season's crossover.
Yeah, so you know certain characters are definitely alive, but that's, that's pretty... And to be fair, most of the characters you know are alive are the obvious ones anyway.
True.
But... I will say, of these handful of shows we've been watching, I have to say Arrow's been my favorite to review because you're blind. I feel like even though we enjoy Flash and Legends, I feel like we still find it tricky to review them.
Well, eventually Flash will get blind too.
And Legends.
Yeah, I don't know about the new stuff of Flash. Like, I've seen a few pictures, like, I don't know the name of, like, Godspeed, for example, or whatever.
Well, that's
else.
true. You've heard, like, little names here and there, but you haven't really you've never watched it. You've probably just picked up a few names off the internet.
Yeah.
As you do. But that's always the case.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about this. I knew this review would go on long enough. It has been 5 whole seasons and just over a year of this. I do find it great that our 5 years of... We wrapped up the flashbacks just over a year after it took us to start the flashbacks.
Yeah.
This is great. Anyway, I think we're done for the season.
Yeah.
We will see you next time for Arrow Season 6 and other things as well. See you next time, guys.